Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a smoky eye, and I'm going to show you guys two separate ones just so you can kind of see how it doesn't have to necessarily be black. You know, I can do a little bit of brown, like add a little bit of color. It's up to you. So I'm going to bring you guys in and do one look with one with the other. So we're going to get up close and personal. Okay. So I'm going to be using the James Charles palette. I'm going to be using a few shades from here, but I'm gonna do a really classic smoky eye, dark, all of that. So typically with that, you want to lay down a primer or a base shade. I typically just use my concealer, so that's why everything is just laid flat. I have some highlighter from earlier because I didn't want to take off everything. So, whatever. So I'm going to go in with this really, really light shade and just dust it all over my eye to kind of set my concealer in place because I haven't had a chance to do that. So that one is this one right here. I'm actually going to do both of them because I might as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do a transition shade first. So I'm going to do this brown shade there. You always want to lay down a transition shade because you definitely don't want it to be super harsh. I would do crease and then bring it towards the front. This is the Morphe M505. It's a really nice fluffy brush. Good for the crease and for a lot of blending. And I'm actually going to do them simultaneously because I'm really using like the same things anyway. So I'm going to go in with the other side and do that as well. I'm just not going to be using the same colors as I get closer to the lid. So this one I'm going to make the darker one, but this one I'm going to make the really light one. Add a little bit more depth back to the eye, and then I just want to stay like right on my crease for this. The key is blending, and it's nice that you set down your transition shade just so it can kind of blend into that shade. And if you feel like it's like really blunt, go in with that lighter transition shade and just buff your edges out. For a smoky eye, you don't want to go too far with a darker color just because you don't want it to look so black on your eye. You definitely want to stay a little bit closer to the lid just because you don't want it like up here. You want to stay down there, keep it in that area so it's nice and tight and nice and small on that specific area. So I'm actually going to go in with this brush right here. This is my BH Cosmetics number 7 brush from, I think it's one of their like rose gold lines. I'm not too sure. I'm going to go in with the black shade on there and just gently go on the lid. So just do that and then kind of just pull the edges in a little bit, kind of go along the edge and pull everything in. But you're going to go over with it with your transition shade in a second. This is when I'm going to go in with that brown again and just soften the edges. You want to go a little bit in it and then also not so high up. And then I'm going to go in with the very, very light transition shade and just get those edges clean and blended. I'm going to go in with a different brush. This is a BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 8. I'm going to go in with that very, very light one first. Remember, transition. You want to transition anyway. And then the middle brown shade, this one tight to the waterline as you can. And I'm going to go real close to the line. but not like too much. So there's that. That one's a really nice and dark smoky eye. And then other eye, I'm going to be doing a very light, like more bronzy, warm tone smoky eye. So I did this the other day on a girl that wanted to know how to do like a lighter eyeshadow look like every day, and I mentioned a smoky eye and she got a little nervous. So I was like, you know, you don't have to have it crazy smoky, but you want to have it a little bit lighter, but then also add a little bit more depth to it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and dip into, so I already did this shade as the transition, and then I'm actually going to go into this warm orangey tone shade right there. I'm going to do the same thing that I did, and I'm going to go in on this side. So you can actually just use like whatever you prefer, but I feel like it'd be a lot better, especially for my eyes, to do a warmer tone. But a lot of the bluer eyes will benefit from it a lot too, because warmer tones definitely do complement blue eyes. This is when I would go in with a darker shade, so I'm just going to go in with the shade that's right below it, this more reddish tone brown, and I'm going to go a little bit closer to it. And I kind of bring it onto the lid too, just so it kind of blends in a little bit better. And then I'm going to go in with this one again, but I'm going to go into that brown that I used on the other side, this one, as my lighter tone smoky eye. So I'm going to go in on it. I go in with the warm and orangey tones to kind of diffuse it again. And I'm actually going to go in with that brown shade, that really, really light brown shade that I used on both eyes, and then kind of go over the edges again on this eye. And there's that lighter smoky eye. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that whole thing again with underneath part. So there you have it. So with this one, you can definitely go a little bit lighter if you need to, but for a smoky eye, this is what I think of when I think of like a lighter tone smoky eye. You don't necessarily have to use the orangey tone warmness. You can definitely use a lighter brown to kind of add a little bit more and make it a little bit more neutral. I just wanted to add a more warm tone to kind of bring that color out. This side is your classic smoky eye with the brown transition and the black lid. This is what I think of when I think of smoky eye, but then definitely this is a softer smoky eye. It's not as dark. It has that brown on the lid and a lighter color on top, but this one does have that brown in the crease, but then darker black in the front. Typically with my smoky eyes, I definitely go in a little bit more with highlight in the center, or not center, in the highlight in the front. That's why I kind of always go for that. So this is a Lancome a sparkling patch, I don't know. But I'm going to stick a little bit right in this front part because it adds a little bit lightness to the smoky eye, brings it not so close to the center of the eye, which makes it kind of like pull in more into the center of the face. And I want to bring a little bit lightness because we add that darkness throughout. So I'm going to zoom you guys out. I think I'm going to put on some false lashes just so you guys can see it. I look really crazy right now, but we're going to ignore that fact, okay? But let me put on some lashes real quick, pop those on so you guys can see what it looks like fully. This is what it looks like with some lashes. So I actually really like these lashes. It kind of pulls everything together. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some eyeliner on. This is the Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On Pencil in shade 0. I'm going to put a little bit in my lower waterline to kind of add a little bit more. This is what it looks like up close and personal. You can kind of see. And then this side. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.